Hello students, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the recent changes that the government of India has brought in the civil services examination rule. So what are these changes? Which examinations are going to be affected because of this change? And what is the rationale or reason behind such changes? Let us try to analyze this in more detail. Now recently government has said that as far as the online submission of documents are concerned, by the candidate before appearing in any examination. These documents can be related to the educational, caste certificate or physical this disability certificate. It is mandatory for the applicant to provide these at the stage of the preliminary examination itself. For example, if you talk about the UPSC civil service examination, it takes place in the three stages. At the first initial stage, you have the preliminary. In the second stage, then you have the written examination, that is called as mains examination, and then in the final stage you have the personal interview. So earlier only the candidates have to provide, scan and upload their document after they qualify for the mains examination, and not that and not before. However, now it has been made mandatory even at the preliminary, that is the first stage of the examination itself. Now, as per the recent rule published by the Ministry of Personal Public Grievances and the Pensions, it clearly states that this rule is for the civil services examination that is going to be conducted by UPSC in the year 2025. And the ministry has in this year notified 979 vacancies in this examination, and this is lowest in the past 3 years. However, it has said that the exam, basically in the case of the civil service examination 2025, the document has to be submitted in the initial stage, that is the first stage itself. Also, you try to understand, in this particular examination, the government recruits candidate for 23 different services that include All India Services, that is IAS, Indian Administrative Service, Indian Forest Service, and Indian Police Service. And apart from this, you have all other central services or central government services. To understand the popularity and the significance of this exam, we can take a look at the number from the civil service examination conducted in the year 2023. In this particular year, as per the government database, almost 10.1 lakh candidates had applied. However, as far as the actual prelims examination is concerned, only 5 lakh candidates has appeared for the examination. But despite that, it is still a very huge number. And if you compare especially with the actual vacancies that are available, it seems a very tough nut to crack. And that is because of this reason. In the earlier cases, many times candidates have taken a wrong approach or illegal approach to clear the examination. So the main reason why the government has been forced to bring the changes is because of the case of Puja Khedkar that came in the limelight last year. As per this particular case, it was observed that she has allegedly forged identity papers to derive benefit that is given to certain candidates in the examination, and she has also misrepresented and falsified facts about herself. The reason behind these steps were to take benefit of extra attempts. For example, if you talk about the general candidate, they get 6 attempts in this particular examination. However, a candidate belonging to the other backward caste gets 9 attempts. However, the Puja Khedkar, she wanted to have more attempts to increase her chances for qualification. And that is why, to have this extra attempt, she has produced a fake persons with benchmark disability or called as PwBD certificate to gain reservation in the 2022 examination. Now, because of this reservation benefit, she was able to appear in the examination 12 times as against the 9 times which is legally allowed. So this is something, when it was brought into light, it has questioned the overall integrity of the examination process, and that is why government has been forced to bring these rules. If you try to understand about this case also, it was later found out that this was not restricted to a single isolated cases. There are several other cases where government has found that there might be some foul play. For example, the alleged forgery and crime was revealed in the June last year for this particular case, and because of this, she has also been discharged from the services. She is facing criminal cases and currently is out on the bail. Now the matter is pending before the Supreme Court. So apart from her, the commission then has initiated an inquiry against 6 other bureaucrats. Out of these 6 bureaucrats, one is a probationer, and they have re-examined, basically they have taken the advantage of the disability certificate to gain access and advantage in the examination. So government is now re-examining their parameter, that whether the certificate submitted is genuine or whether some kind of forgery is there. The officials, if you talk about, out of these 6 bureaucrats who are on the radar, 5 belong to the IAS, the most prestigious, we can say, service and most favorable service among the candidates. Apart from this, you have the officer from the IRS, that is Indian Revenue Services. They have got into services by availing reservation benefit under PwBD. So their candidature, their eligibility is also under the scanner. Now, apart from this, what else the notification published by UPSC says? First of all, it says that any candidate who is willing to apply for the civil service examination shall be required to apply online and submit the requisite information and supporting documents toward various claims, such as the documents that they have to submit in the first initial stage itself, so that the screening can be done, is related to their date of birth, so they're not able to forge a document related to that. Category based certificate can be related to scheduled caste category, scheduled tribe category, or OBC, other backward classes certificate. Apart from that, also government has recently come up with the EWS criteria, where economically weaker sections are also getting certain kind of benefits in examination, more specifically related to the cutoff marks. Then apart from that, the persons with benchmark disability, ex-servicemen, referring to the person who have earlier served in the Indian military, they also get certain advantages and benefits, plus educational qualifications, service preferences, etc. So these are the major information and their credibility candidates have to provide in the initial stage. Apart from this, any other certificate, any other kind of parameter can be questioned and checked as dependent upon the commission and the requirement. Apart from this, the notification also clearly state that if any candidate is not able to provide with these certificates, then obviously, if along with their registration and online application, if they fail to provide such certificate, their candidature will be cancelled and rejected for the examination. That means they cannot sit for the first stage of examination even. And in this case, the cadre preference related rules also have changed. For example, in the earlier times, in the earlier years, the cadre preference has to be submitted after you have qualified and cleared the prelims examination. However, now Commission has said that it shall provide a window of 10 days after declaration of preliminary examination result for specifying cadre preferences, and a window of 15 days from the date of declaration of the results of mains examination to the candidates qualified for the personality test and interview. And overall, the Commission also last year has basically put up a tender where it has asked the organizations to participate and take part in such process which will be able to revamp the entire examination system. That means the government is trying to build artificial intelligence here, for example, Aadhaar based fingerprint authentication, so that the candidates who have applied is he is the one or she is the one who is sitting for the examination. There is no one other person who is giving examination on their behalf. Facial recognition to ensure that the photos on the admit card and the actual person is being matched, and AI based CCTV surveillance, so that no other foul play, no other kind of illegal activities is being done by the candidates in the examination. So a lot of changes seems to be on the plate of UPSC as far as the civil service examinations or any other examination conducted by the institute is concerned. So that is all about this particular video. I hope you got the gist of the recent changes and the rationale behind it. Thank you.